Welcome to Hey, I'm Listening. I'm your host, Dr. Joan. We are tapping into the memory of the African soul. So many people have been born in this period of time to shift the African approach to life, mental health, education, just doing community and doing spirituality. So we're inviting community builders, we're inviting thought leaders, we're inviting those who are world changers to come and sit with me. They're going to tell their real stories, sometimes of triumph, sometimes of difficulties and struggles. And in it all, we're going to see how they transformed. But not only how they transform, we're going to talk about what they're here to do, what they're here to build. And I'm hoping that we inspire you today. Today, my guest is Angella Brown, and I'm so excited to have her with us. She is a mother, a wife, a mother of three, and she also has three grandchildren. And she is married to her partner of life, Vernal Brown, who is a pastor, and they operate and run together a not-for-profit called Mission for Souls. She's also the manager of a call center. And so, Angela, I would just want to say thank you for coming and welcome you to the show.
No problem. You're very welcome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate the privilege.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with the same statement that, I ask all of my guests. And the question is, what gets you out of bed in the morning? What are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about helping. I'm passionate about educating. I might not be a teacher, but my passion is educating individuals about whatever situation it is at my work. I actually found out, I think, a couple years back that teaching is my passion. Yeah. I had the opportunity to facilitate a class at my work, and I found that was so much joy. And I realized, oh my God, I missed my calling, because this is what I'm supposed to be doing: teaching, encouraging, motivating individuals. And so I find that when I get a chance to do that, either through praying or even day to day on my team as a team lead, yes, I love that.
That's awesome. So, you had that opportunity to teach, and then you discovered that you have the gift of teaching. So, and then you said, I miss my calling. And so as you think back in life, and as you think about all that you're wanting to do now, where does the teaching actually fit in? And how did you miss it? How did you miss that this was like a passion of yours?
Well, the thing about it is, when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of motivators, people to say, hey, you know what, this is what you need to do. I had my aunt. She died, unfortunately, last year. Yeah. But while I was in Jamaica, she was my motivator. And the thing that I was passionate about was being a nurse. Oh. And yeah, I was nursing. I love to help. And so I was passionate about being a nurse. I always wanted to be a nurse. And so when I came to Canada, and I realized that there was an incident happened where I saw someone, giving blood or taking blood. And I was like, oh my God. And I realized that, oh no, this is not my calling. And so because of that, I was stuck, not knowing what direction to go. And so I was like, okay, nursing is not where I'm supposed to be doing. What am I supposed to be doing? So I was stuck. And so I ended up a couple years back just having this opportunity to facilitate. And I thought, oh my God, I wish if I'd known this, I would have gone into teaching.
Wow, that's amazing. So what made you even want to think about nursing in the first place? Like, you just saw the help and you thought, well, that's a good helping profession, so I'm just going to go there.
I think my nature, I'm more of a helper. I like to help. I like to build. I like to build individuals. And so when it comes to nursing, and if there's a sickness, I'm always there. Are you okay? I'm more like a motherly type of person. And so I thought nursing would be the right field for me, not realizing that I have to deal with all the blood and all of those things that accompany nursing.
That is so funny. Because, I think that is kind of where most people begin with nursing. Like they see the needles, but there's so much more to nursing than that. And I almost wonder if you miss the calling to do nursing and then eventually to teach nursing, because you begin in these places of, first being the learner and then perfecting the art and then eventually teaching the art. And I think so many people say that, oh, I saw the blood and, I thought I can't do that. But if you'd have just pushed it in and then pushed through, there are worlds within nursing that have nothing to do with blood.
Yes, someone actually they also mentioned that to me as well, to say, you know what, Angela, a lot of people started off, they fainted on the when they were in school, even doctors, and they got up, they overcame it, and they're successful in their field. I didn't know that. I felt that if I failed and I'm fainting at this level, I'm going to fail throughout. So had I had someone in my life to say, no, persevere, push through.
Yes.
My life would be a different outcome, I think.
And so many of us are in that place where we have that underlying desire to never fail, right? And just the thought of failing puts us in a psychological zone where we shut down, And so, as you think about your life and as you think about what would make you occupy that space and that fear of failure, what was it that contributed to that particular belief system?
I'm not quite sure where that stemmed from, but I do remember couple years back, I keep saying couple years, but right before COVID, couple years before COVID hit, I had to go to therapy to uncover things in my life. Yeah. Because I was doing certain things in my life and I thought, why am I this way? Yeah. Why am I so sensitive? Yeah. Right? All these things. So I had to go to therapy to uncover. So I spent maybe about a year, maybe less, in therapy, uncovering things about me that I found so helpful. Mm-hmm. And I believe it could be something that triggered that all I wanted to do was to be perfect. I didn't want to make mistakes because I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be accepted. Yeah. And so I found myself in a place that always wanted to say yes, yes, yes to everything. Mm-hmm. And also wanted to be perfect at everything, because if I failed, I'm not going to be liked. Mm-hmm. Right? So because of that, I always want to be perfect. But God had to take me to a place where I had to realize that, girl, you're not perfect. And it's like so many series of things that happened in my life that showed me that I'm not perfect. Yeah. And I needed that because I would have walked through life as a legalistic person. Yeah. You can't do this, or you have to do this. Yeah. And if you don't do this, like for us as Christian, you're going to hell. Yes. Right? Forget about the grace piece. Right. The grace piece didn't exist for me at one point.